Hello and welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. Today we're going to look at the shoulder bridge, also known as a pelvic curl, or as we call it, ab prep 1. So this is a movement that's predominantly about rolling through the spine. We've talked about some of those recently, these movements that we call sequential spinal movements, meaning each vertebra moves one piece at a time. So you get that lovely mobility, that mobilization of the spine so that it moves freely and fluidly. Another benefit of doing this is gluteal strength, so buttocks are going to be working. But as the name that we use, ab prep 1, implies, it's an abdominal preparation. It's an exercise which is designed to connect you into those deep abdominal muscles, not the superficial ones so much, but the deep abdominals that support the spine. So very, very important movement for us in Pilates. And we want to feel that the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals initiate that roll into movement and maintain their connection to give the spine support throughout the movement. So we want the feet about hip width apart, no wider than that, so not too wide through the feet. They're in a parallel position. Once your feet are organised, you just have a lie down onto your back. And the bridge position is going to be up here somewhere. So when we do eventually get up to that position, we want to feel that we've got the shins roughly vertical. So ankles underneath knees, roughly. You don't want to have your feet too far away from you because that can cause hamstring cramp. So we want to keep that kind of position through the legs. And if we start from the bottom, all we're looking at to get us going is a little bit of pelvic motion. So as you breathe in, you want to feel the belly expanding and the pelvis rolling away from you, as if it's a ball that's rolling out towards the feet. And as you breathe out, you want to relax the rib cage, flatten the belly, scoot back through those deep abdominals and flatten the back into the floor. So perhaps do this about half a dozen times first, breathing in to expand the belly, breathing out to flatten the belly. Breathing in for the sitting bones to widen, and breathing out for them to slightly narrow. Although it shouldn't feel like your glutes are working at this stage. There shouldn't be any buttock activity at this stage. What we're mainly focusing on is that lovely deep connection through the lowest part of the abdominals that you can find. So as you sigh the air away, the rib cage relaxes into the floor, those deep abdominals scoot back towards you, and then you roll it out as you expand and release them in breath. So to take that one step further then, we're breathing out to roll up sequentially through the spine, piece by piece by piece. When we get to that bridge position, we want to feel that we're keeping the bra strap on the ground. So that's at the base of the shoulder blades for you chaps, trying to feel that it's quite heavy around the breastbone area, rather than a big lift like this, which you often see in yoga or possibly in more classically driven Pilates. We want to find instead a straight line through the spine. So bra strap down, rib cage here is nice and soft and relaxed, and then you can see that I'm reaching my knees out away from the body to keep the legs nice and long. And then my pubic bone is a little bit higher than my hip bones here, and my hip bones are a little bit higher than my belly button. So I want to feel that I'm tilting the pelvis, tucking the tail under, really getting that bottom working so that I can feel my pubic bone is higher than my hip bones are higher than my navel, and I want to maintain that sensation of sucking in and back through the belly. So of course we're not going to be staying up there for that long, but as we breathe out, again we're rolling back down piece by piece through the spine. So breathing in at the bottom, allowing that lovely expansion, and breathing out to release the ribs, scoot back through the belly, and maintain this deep abdominal connection as each vertebra peels away from the floor. In breath at the top, reaching through the knees, and out breath to melt the breastbone back down into the rib cage as we roll each vertebra out to the mat. In breath at the bottom as we allow the belly to expand a little, and out breath again to flatten that belly as we curl up piece by piece, nice and smooth and controlled. Breathing in at the top and breathing out to come back down. So we're always using the out breath for the movement of the spine. that rolling movement of the spine. If you're somebody who finds that the knees come apart, then you can just pop a ball, soft ball, or a cushion folded between the knees to give you a little bit of an incentive to squeeze that and work through the inner thighs slightly more. Your feet want to maintain a nice firm contact with the floor, and you want to really feel that the breath and the movement flow together. You're always maintaining that abdominal connection, pushing upwards through the hips, but not the ribs, and then melting the spine back down. It's like you're wheeling the spine down, rolling it out piece by piece. So obviously there's lots of different things you can add on to a shoulder bridge. You can lift a leg, raise the arms, take it into asymmetrical movements, a squeeze of one buttock, a squeeze of the other. There's 100 variations on that position, but that's the basic shape of it, rolling up and rolling down. If you do get hamstring cramp, you might want to consider bringing the feet a little bit closer to your bottom, or possibly it might be because you're lifting the ribs too high and they need to stay dropped and connected. Possibly it might be because you're losing the connection here. So do keep remembering to draw that pubic bone back towards you, flattening through the abdominals all the way through that movement. So happy bridging. I hope that was useful. A few little tips for you to work with. And I look forward to seeing you next time on Wednesday Wisdom. Thanks for watching.